Thanks for inviting me here today. I'm delighted to be here with people who share the same values. And as we come together today to rally against statism, let us remember and understand that the most insidious, pervasive, despicable, and destructive form of statism occurs when government declares itself as the arbiter of which human beings are entitled to fundamental human rights, which human beings are entitled to the right to life, and which human beings are not. That is the most despicable form of statism. Amen. Let us observe a moment of silence for the 50 million unborn Americans who have been legally robbed of life since the Roe v. Wade and Doe v. Bolton decisions have been foisted upon our nation. Everyone here today shares a firm commitment to the Constitution of the United States of America. But I want to ask you to dig a bit deeper. 12 years before our Constitution was ratified, one nation was forged and founded upon the laws of nature and of nature's God. Today, as in 1776, what binds Americans together most deeply is the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Self-evident, we don't have to prove them, they're given. They're the given foundation for our nation. They're self-evident. We don't have to defend them or prove them. Our nation falls without them. That all men are created equal. Created, not born. That they are endowed by their Creator. Their Creator, not the state, with certain unalienable rights. And that first among these is life. As important as our Constitution is, it only tells us how to govern our nation. Anyone who has ever talked to a 5-year-old child knows that the more fundamental question, the ultimate question, the question that they don't stop asking until they get an answer, is not how, but why. Why? Without the why, the how becomes meaningless formalism. And the why is gloriously enshrined in our Declaration of Independence. Without that, the Constitution has no meaning. Aristotle correctly observed that nature abhors a vacuum. When our government institutions deny the laws of nature and nature's God upon which our nation has been founded, it never takes long before the state usurps unto itself the prerogatives of the Creator. And in an exercise of raw judicial power, declares itself the arbiter of which human beings have a claim to the inalienable right to life. Constitutionalism, conservatism, and capitalism are simply not enough. Left to themselves, without the guiding light provided by our Declaration of Independence, they can be perverted to exploit, oppress, impoverish, and even enslave the very human beings they are intended to serve. A fiscal conservatism that is not rooted in a deep commitment to the social values upon which our nation was founded and which have inspired the whole world is like a body without a soul, thoroughly lifeless, a corpse. The ultimate statism is the tyranny of Roe v. Wade, under which the Supreme Court has placed us for nearly 40 years. It is a cancer that has metastasized. Unless it is confronted and eventually vanquished, it will continue to spread unabated and destroy the very fabric of our society. Indeed, many of you here today are old enough that you have seen this progression with your own eyes. In closing, I need to alert you that the advocates of this tyranny audaciously hope to extend its reach in an unprecedented way at this very moment, right now. When Congress returns to Washington after Labor Day, they will be voting on health care reform bills. that will require coverage of abortion in virtually all health plans, provide massive federal subsidies for abortion on demand, your tax dollars, mandate an expansion of abortion providers, and nullify at least some state laws against abortion. I've never seen the amount of lies and deception being handed out by the White House and Congress and a complicit media on this health care plan. Don't believe the mainstream media. I'm handing out some action alerts today. It's an uphill battle, but this can be stopped. There's going to be a vote shortly after Labor Day in the House. The first vote will be on adopting the rules for the bill to be sent to the floor. Currently, every Republican in the House is standing against this. We need to pick up 40 Democrats throughout the country in order to defeat this bill in the House. We've got one of those Democrats that have been identified as somebody maybe that might be swayed, if he hears from enough people, is Jim Langevin. So I'm sending out an action alert, but now's the time to stand up. We can no longer sit down. We can't wait. Nobody's going to fight this battle for us. If we don't mobilize today, our nation will be changed forever into something that we probably won't recognize 10 or 20 years down the road. So please grab one of these and please take action immediately.